That's how you do it for.
For the first time ever, I'm going to drive a fully electric car. Thanks to City West Country, they have sent me a Mercedes CLA, brand new, 250 plus electric, to basically test drive for a week and see what I think of it and how I get on with it. I'm a little bit nervous. This is quite a slick looking machine, a little bit spaceshipy, but I've never driven fully electric, so let's see what all the hype is about.
Oh my god.
Seatbelt on and try not to crash. Ugh.
Is it on?
I think so. There's no like on button.
Oh, it says not ready to drive here.
So the shift is here. So if I put it up to reverse, foot on brake.
Oh god. Oh. Okay, now it says ready.
Okay. So I'm guessing, oh, the camera's dipped on there so I can see the curb, which is ideal. Well, we're moving. God, that camera's really low. I like the steering wheel. So now drive.
That's a really clear camera.
It is. So it says the range is 339 miles before it needs a charge. The fans are massive. It's like a jet engine.
Is that going to stay on the whole time?
I don't know. I doubt it. Oh no, there we go. So,
What's your thoughts?
I mean, we've gone to the end of the road, so we've made it.
Does it feel different to the car you've got?
So I'm currently driving a Nissan X-Trail, which is a hybrid. I mean, yeah, this is nice. It's smooth. I do find it weird how there's just like not much noise. I mean, there's road noise from the tyres, but I haven't even looked at anything on this car as if to say, I don't know whether they give you some fake noise in the cabin to make you feel like you're driving a normal car. I don't know. But some cars I know do that. There should be like certain modes in this car as well. We'll focus on the road as well. So I'm sure there must be, surely there's like a dynamic mode or a race mode, or not, well, not necessarily race, it's a CLA, but oh my word. Dynamic select. Ah, here we go, drive. Sport. That's what we want. Don't want eco comfort. Who wants eco and comfort? Steering, sport. ESP, sport. Everything in sport mode. So things should feel tighter. I should get... Sounds different. Doesn't it?
Louder.
No,
Oh,
that's
was
a
it
lorry.
that? It was a lorry.
No, it definitely sounds different. So where we live, the village town where we live, there's a little road that comes out of the town where it goes into national speed limit, may I add. I'm going to put the foot down and see what happens. Because, like I said, I've never driven electric, and I've heard that the power is just instant and it's constant. Not like a petrol engine or diesel engine where there's a little bit of lag. So, I mean, yeah. 3, 2, ready? Oh, the initial jolt was literally instant. That's mental. Like, there's nothing that like tells you the power is coming. Like normally in a petrol, obviously you put your foot down and you hear it before it feeds through to actual speed on the road. That was like, whew.
Well, I slammed my head against the seat.
But then it went. Like it wasn't like, it didn't keep accelerating through that quickly. That's weird though. Let's go again after this roundabout. One more. Well, many more. Yeah, that's mental. So yeah, using that power definitely doesn't help the charge. That's mental speed though. Like, it's crazy acceleration. And this isn't even like it's a nice car. It's a luxury. Would you call it a cruiser car? But you know, it's not kind of like their fastest model. Whoop, there's the lane control kicking in. I hate that. That is one thing I hate, is that lane control. Don't get me wrong, obviously you don't want to be in someone else's lane, but I find it quite aggressive how it tries to push you back to where. So basically you need to use your indicators every time you want to change lanes.
Right.
How are the brakes? They're actually quite good. Smooth delivery, nice. It's a nice car to drive. Oh, we might be getting one of these.
Oh, got no more room outside our house.
I know, we have got too many cars. This is lovely. This is really nice drive. It's really smooth. Even in sport mode, it feels tight, feels good. We're on Welsh roads, so they're not the smoothest. Yeah, the delivery of power, I mean, maybe I'll get used to that power delivery, but the fact that as soon as you touch your foot on the pedal, it just goes, is pretty crazy. However, it is a big however, I'm a petrol head. I love the sound of an engine. Like, even if you're not going quickly, the sound of an engine is like 50% of the experience of the car. Even you agree with me on that.
Yeah, I do agree.
And you're not a petrol head.
No, not at all.
But you are someone who knows what you like.
Yeah.
So, Angharad will say, go on.
What? No, you go first. I don't know what you're going to say.
This is a test.
Go on.
So, Angharad will say, oh, I don't care what car we've got. I don't care, you know. I'll have anything as long as it gets me from A to B. And then I'll say, right, okay, fine, what car would you want? And she'll point at them. One of them's an Aston Martin DBX. One of them's a Lamborghini Urus Jeep. Like, to say that she doesn't care what car, she's got very expensive
I've just got
taste.
good taste in cars.
Expensive taste.
You like old classic cars. I like new
Expensive
sexy
cars.
cars.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the classic petrol cars, and I don't want us to lose those cars.
So would you
I
choose
really
this
don't.
over the Porsche 911, is it?
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't choose this over a Porsche.
I would, within a heartbeat.
I mean, I've got the Porsche Boxster at the moment. Do you mean the Porsche Boxster?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. I don't know. I mean, the Porsche Boxster is 25 years old now? No, 21 years old now. I love the Porsche Boxster for driving. It's such a nice car to drive, and especially where we live in the Welsh roads, lots of bends, you know, it sticks to the tarmac. It's such an amazing car to drive. Yeah, this is definitely more you. This is more luxury. Yeah. This is more kind of, yeah, obviously more expensive than the Porsche Boxster, but it's very much a comfort car, and you've got all the technology you could need. The Porsche Boxster radio doesn't even work, so you know that says a lot. But it's comfortable. This is really nice.
I wouldn't say it's a family
really nice
car though.
No, it's 4 doors, which isn't too bad. Again, we are going to do a full review on this car, so stay tuned for that. But it's 4 doors. It's got a big boot, to be honest. Well done. It's got a big boot. You can fit loads in it. You could probably get a car seat in the back, but it is quite a tight squeeze. Recuperation, normal, we had it on. So I'm going to go no recuperation. Again, I have no idea what that means. It's so weird. I'm so confused.
Why?
Well, I just don't know what anything means.
It's your first time in it.
It's like almost borderline frustration.
Nice wheel.
Yeah, it does.
It's
It
a
feels
bit
really
like
nice.
the- I'm not going to say it.
Okay, so we're still on no recuperation. I don't want to get jammed in with other cars. 70 kilometers an hour, which is about... Oh no, we aren't. We're not. We're doing 70 mile an hour.
I was going to say.
We're doing 70 mile an hour, 67, and it's fine. It's just coasting along nicely. I'm going to drop back a little bit so I can feel the torque. So, again, oh, we've got intelligent recuperation as well. Strong recuperation. What does that mean? Oh, okay. So when you put... I get it now. So the recuperation is the recharge. So when you come off the pedal, the car immediately slows down and charges the car quicker, I feel. Like, so I'm not gonna touch the brake. I'm just gonna come off the accelerator and it just brakes for you. So it's just like one pedal, basically, like a go-kart.
It's weird.
Without a brake. I don't know. I don't like that. I'm just going to go normal recuperation. That's just so weird. I figured something out.
That's how you do it for. I should. My hands went up and everything.
It's not as quick off a standard start, is it?
I beg to differ.
Shut up, lane
I get
assist.
a feeling in my stomach that when you do that. It's like a ride. I don't like rides.
There's no kind of, I don't know, sound of the engine. It's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get used to. It's good. It is good fun. Whoa.
Oh,
You know, what the f are they
did
doing?
you duck?
I was like,
I
what?
literally-
Seagulls. What were they doing? Like ducking
It's like
towards
you
a car.
on your game.
My first go at driving a fully electric vehicle, it's weird. Overall, it's really, really weird. I don't think it would take me long to get used to it, but I don't think I'm enjoying it as much.
It's a petrol.
Yeah, it's especially that feeling you get when you put your foot down in a petrol car. You hear the exhaust note, you hear the engine, and you know, it's almost like you know something's coming, so the excitement is already like building up, so you don't really mind the lag. That's going to sound really strange to a lot of people, but that for me is almost like part of the experience. Whereas in this, you put your foot down, it's electric, literally, which feels really nice. It is, you know, it is a bit of a buzz when you go that quickly, that, you know, just touching the pedal, but you lose the kind of theatre, you lose the feeling of why I'm in love with driving cars and a petrol head and have been since I was a kid. So I don't know if fully electric is for me, and I really hope we don't have to go down that road. Keep the petrol engine. Keep hold of it. Oh, okay, so I was a bit close to that car in front and a warning sign came up. Now the Nissan X-Trail, we're not here for the Nissan X-Trail, we're here for the Mercedes CLA, but the Nissan X-Trail I've been driving for the last week.
Yeah.
It's got automatic emergency stop, and I figured this out. I will do a review video on that car as well. I figured this out being at a set of traffic lights with a Tesla in front of me. The Tesla went to pull off and then slammed on. I went to pull off behind it, not quickly at all, and I put my foot on the brake to push it down, and the car just did it automatically, and it literally skidded to a stop. I was like, what the hell just happened? These like flashing lights, beeping noise. I was like, oh my God. So it looks like a lot of these these electric cars have that functionality built in. I wouldn't have thought the petrol cars would have the same thing, but I do find that, like, yes, very good safety feature. Probably in the long run though, something else to go wrong with your car. I just feel like there's so much tech, again, for people to be able to work on their own cars almost becomes impossible. And that beeping to say that you're close to the speed limit is annoying.
What, flashing?
The flashing, and it, like, there's a soft beep. It's not quite as aggressive as the Nissan.
Like the one on the screen now.
Don't know what you're talking about. Because I'm going to do some more videos on it. A full review will be with you shortly.